happening, guys? It's Bharat Nagpal for iGandit, and today we're going to be checking out the new Google Nexus 4. Now, when I say new, I'm not being strange about it because the Nexus 4 actually came out last year, a long time ago, and it has just come to India for a price of 25,999 rupees, and it is the 16 gigabyte version. The 8 gigabyte version is not going to be available in India, and it does not have a micro SD card expansion slot. Just to go about with the specifications, let's start off with the chipset. We have a Qualcomm APQ8064 Snapdragon chipset with a quad-core 1.5 GHz Krait processor, and we have an impressive Adreno 320 GPU. Like I said, on the inside we have 16 GB of storage, and for RAM we have 2 GB of RAM on the device. The Nexus 4 has two cameras, an 8 megapixel rear camera which is capable of full HD video at 30 frames per second, and you also do have a front-facing camera which is over here. Now, the Nexus 4 does come with stock Android out of the box, so you do get Android 4.2 Jelly Bean, and you will also continually get upgrades up to whatever latest version of Android is going to be available for quite some time. So this Nexus or Nexus phones usually are Android upgrade proof or upgrade ready for a long time. At least 2 to 3 years you'll continue to get upgrades, which is great. The display on the Nexus 4 is a 1280 by 720 pixel 4.7 inch True HD IPS display. It does have Corning Gorilla Glass 2 on the front over here. The touch capacitive buttons have been added into the display, so that does take away from some of the resolution of the screen. And just to take you around the device a little bit, on the right side you have the power lock and unlock button. On the top is the 3.5mm headphone jack along with a secondary noise cancelling microphone. On the left is the volume rocker. On the bottom is the main microphone. You also have two screws for servicing the Nexus 4, and you have the main microphone pinhole. On the back is the 8 megapixel camera that everyone's been talking about, and you also have an LED flash. The speakerphones at the bottom over here, and as you can see, this one is a not for sale version because this is a preview version that's being sent to us. So that's what it is. Now, it does run stock Android, so if you go into the lock screen over here, you have just stock Android with no customizations. And in Android 4.2, if you just scroll right, you get the camera. So we have the camera app running directly from the lock screen. And if you scroll towards the left, you can add your own widgets over here if you want to do that. So that's good. If you want to unlock the device, you can do that like this. And you also have a couple of other options. So if you want to go to Google now directly, you can do that, or you can go to the camera from here as well. So simply unlock the device. You get the new style notification panel as well. So all your notifications show up here. You can slide them out, or you can simply press the end all button to get rid of all the notifications. And you can press this button to turn on or off your toggles. You can see it shows the user information on the top left over here. Now, this device is one of the most amazing devices for Android because it has a completely vanilla Android experience, and how Google intended for Android to work is how it works on this device. You have lots of amazing features, including camera options like photosphere that comes directly. So you can start to take full spherical panoramas, which is an amazing experience on the Nexus 4. We'll be reviewing the camera, etc. for you guys too. Since there is not a lot to talk about in this video, I thought I'm going to take a look at some of the hardware details over here. So if I go into the system information, we have, like I said, a 1.5 gigahertz quad-core processor, which is listed over here, as you guys can see. And you can see that 2 gigabyte of RAM, so a little bit less than that, 1.9 is what it's showing. 768 by 1184 is the actual pixel count, so it does take away from some of the pixels at the bottom. So it's actually more than a 720p display, it's actually a 768p display. Like I said, Adreno 320 GPU, the chipset is by Qualcomm. You have a bunch of sensors here, accelerometer, proximity sensor, light sensor, etc. All these things are here. I'm also now going to run a benchmark. Since this device is fairly recent, I think it does deserve a benchmark. But before I go into the benchmark, let me cancel that. Let me quit all of these apps that are open because quite a few of them are open. I don't know if it actually helps in the benchmark at all. and I'm going to see if anything else is on or off. We'll run a full bench. So the scores are in, and the device still scores at the top 4, 6, 6, 8. Not the highest score that you can get on an Android device, but it does score a fairly decent and high score. There, if you go into Nina Mark II to test the graphics, I think we should peak over here as well. Not as well, but actually we should peak over here. Should get about 60 FPS. So like I said, 58.6, which is a great score for graphics. This device is capable of a lot of graphic intensive applications. Now, since you get Chrome out of the box, I think the online experience should be pleasantly brilliant. As you can see, it loads up websites really fast and snappy because Chrome is an impressive browser on Android. Pinching in and pinching out. Okay, maybe not. Come on. Okay, so it seems that pinching out is not working that well. So pinch in works, pinch out also works. There is some issue over here, quite a lot of lag for some reason. But overall, it did load up the website really fast. You can see kinetic scrolling, everything is super fluid. But pinching in, pinching out seems to be some sort of an issue over here. Portrait to landscape is working really well. Pinching in and pinching out seems to be an issue, guys. It's really not working. Let's try some other website. Let's try ESPN. There's clearly some issue with pinching in and pinching out, guys. It does kind of lag somewhere. It's not really working. I have to really like hold down on the screen. So not really impressed with the browser over there, but let's look at phone dialer is stock. We already know that. Let's look at videos. And I'm just going to use YouTube to stream out of the web. So let's go to iGyan. We got this new comparison up yesterday. What's happening, guys? It's Balman from iGyan.in, and today we're checking out the new Samsung Galaxy Tan Quattro. So viewing angles are crazily impressive on this device because well, LG builds IPS displays for a lot of devices including iPads and iPhones, and their displays are fantastic, and so is the display on this. It is an IPS display. Now LG's global version of the Nexus 4, also known as the Optimus G, was launched earlier this year. This one is available for about 32,000 rupees in the market, whereas the Nexus 4 is now available for 26,000 approximately. There is not a lot of difference. You have 32 gigabyte capacity in this one, whereas you have 16 gigabyte in this one. You don't have card slots in either, so that is something which is common. On this, you do have a 13 megapixel camera at the back. The front cameras are the same. In terms of the chipset, you do have two options, but essentially I think they are the same chipsets in both these devices, at least in India. The front display is also the same, so you have 318 pixels per inch on both these devices. The brightness is kind of turned down on this one, so the comparison might look a little different, but of course maybe the Nexus display has also been turned down. No, so for both of them are on full. Essentially more or less the same display, different cameras and different storage capacities are about all the difference that you get. So the Nexus 4 gives you a stock experience, whereas LG also has this UI which they've built on top of the Optimus G. Now the Optimus G is also a pretty good device, but I feel for a save of about 16,000 rupees, you can get the Nexus 4 and you'll automatically get the best or the latest Android updates, which is good. So everything else is the same on the devices. 6,000 rupees you save, you get vanilla Android experience. Of course, you can add launchers and add ROMs and stuff. A lot of customization can be done to Nexus 4. So we'll be back with gaming videos and a full review really soon. So if you have any questions or queries, do leave them in the comment section below. Check out the full details on iGyan.in and catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. For iGyan Networks, this has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching.